Shall we have a quick conversation about the $50,000 Navy Fed personal loan application? I think we should. In today's conversation, I want to share with you some personal loan application hacks for people who earn at least $24,000 a year. This is important. The cutoff here is $24,000 on an annual basis. If you fall into this category, I want you to stick around because I'm going to spill a lot of beans today and you're going to love it. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Story Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about the $50,000 PenFed personal loan, and I want to talk about some application hacks for people who earn at least $2,000 a month. We're speaking about gross income here, okay? $24,000 a year. Before I get into the nitty gritty here, I want to let me give you an overview. I want to lay the foundation of this personal loan. When we talk about Navy Federal personal loan, there are some pros and cons. The pros, you have loan as low as $250, okay? Auto pay discounts are available. No prepayment fees. Really wonderful. And what are the drawbacks? You have rate discounts that apply only to active duty members. You must have connection with the military to be eligible, okay? And you might have some potential late fees. But here are the details of this loan. The loan is kind of cool. You have $250,000 to $50,000, okay? And actually, you might have a tenor, a maturity that goes from 60 months to 84 months, okay? To even 180 months. We're talking about 180 months, okay? That's a lot. If you want to have like a home improvement loan or not, it really depends on the loan itself and what you're going to use the money for, okay? But so you can use the loan for a lot of things, for debt consolidation, for home improvements, for a vacation, for wedding. It really depends on you, okay? But there are some costs. So the APR actually ranges from 7.49% to 18%, okay? There are rate discounts, as I said before. There is no origination fee. There is no prepayment fee, okay? And you'll have to pay a $29 late fee if you don't pay by the due date, which is a territory you don't want to get yourself into anyway. So here are the particulars of this loan. You have it, okay? And if you want to apply for this loan, you can actually apply online. You can apply at a branch. You can apply over the phone. You have several ways of applying, okay? Just fill out the application, wait for approval. And if you get approved, sign the loan agreement, receive the money, and start thinking about repaying the loan. That's what it's very straightforward, okay? But again, so I want to lay the foundation so we have a clear understanding of what we're talking about. And today's focus will be on how to actually qualify for this loan if you make at least $24,000 a year on a gross basis. First thing you need to think about is credit scores, okay? Now, if you notice, I talked about credit scores, not just credit score, because I'm not interested in only your personal credit. I'm only interested in making sure that you have a good Navy Fed internal score. There are two things. There are two sides of this equation here, very important. So let's talk about your FICO score. FICO score is important. You wanna check your FICO score. You wanna dispute any errors if there are any. Go to annualcreditreport.com right now, boss. Go to that website right now. You want to type in annualcreditreport.com and you want to have a free copy of your credit scores and reports at all those three players, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, okay? And check your credit scores to make sure everything is fine. Do you have some closed accounts, some wrong accounts, some errors? Are you a victim of identity theft or whatnot? Whatever it is, you want to have a clear idea. Now, if you want to have an ongoing monitoring of your credit score, boss, cause I'm talking to you, you want to sign up for a Credit Karma. You want to sign up for a Wallet Hub. You want to sign up for Nerd Wallet. Those are players that give you want to sign up for CreditWise from Capital One. You want to sign up for there's another service from even Navy Fed itself gives you access to your FICO score if you have a credit accounts with them. So the bottom line is you want to monitor your accounts on a monthly or weekly or fortnightly or bi-weekly basis. Okay, it's totally up to you. Okay, now that's for your FICO score. What about your NFCU credit score? Your NFCU internal score, you actually don't have visibility into that score unless you get denied a credit product from NFCU. That's when they tell you where you stand on the 100 to 450 spectrum, whether you are 200 or 300 or not. They'll give you that information. Okay, now I'm not sitting here telling you to apply for a credit card or loan and be denied so you can have your personal Navy Fed internal score. But if it happens, at least you have a starting point. At least you know, okay, here is where I stand, and from there I'm going to do better to go up and be close to 450. So get on top of payments. Very important. Payment history is critical. You want to request a limit increase on your credit cards if possible. Okay, the bottom line is you want to be in a position where you are reducing your credit inquiries so you don't apply crazily for new credit, right? You actually diversify your credit mix. You want to actually make sure that you stay on top of your payments. You want to reduce your credit utilization. Those are important elements. The second thing you need to do is debt and income. So we are speaking about duality here. Okay? We are looking at your debt and also your income. Okay. So Chanel, this is for you. I know you asked that question before. What is the relationship between my debt and income? There is no relationship. The only relationship is your DTI. There's something called DTI, debt to income ratio. What? Yeah, debt to income ratio. So you actually have a fraction which you actually express this DTI in a percentage manner. So let's say your debt payments are $2,000 and you make $10,000 a month. That's 20%. Your DTI is 20%. Okay, so this is important. So loan applications, including Navy Fed and personal loans application, will require your annual income, right? And when we talk about annual income, I'm talking about any kind of income. Don't you be afraid because you're having a part-time job or a seasonal job or whatever. Money is money as long as it's legit. Let that sink in. Money is money as long as it is legit. I don't care what kind of job you do, whether you are you're doing something seasonally, you are in a cyclical industry, you are a seasonal industry, you're doing part-time, you are an independent contractor. I don't care. Just justify the income, okay? And also simultaneously, you want to pay down debts. This is how you actually work on your DTI, right? In and out, in and out, in and out, movement, move it. Okay, you got to move it. You got to move things around. So as you're trying to increase your income, you are reducing your liability. So this will have a positive effect on your DTI. And that's what we want, right? We want to be in a position where we have a DTI that is 30% or 35% or less. That's the ideal metric, okay? It's important. So boosting your income and lowering your debt improves your debt to income ratio. That's what it is, okay? And so one thing you need to understand is that Navy Fed is pretty flexible in terms of DTI, but you want to improve your chances by being around 30 to 35%. So money. Money does two things. Helps you lower your debts and helps you increase your income. So I want you to think about that today, right now, and be very clear about your strategy to increase your income while reducing your debt. The third thing. So I want to give you, and again, folks, we are talking about folks who are making at least $24,000. Okay, we're not speaking about folks who are making less. This is specifically for people who are making at least $2,000 on a gross basis every single month. Okay, we want to think about planning. So your goal is to go for the $50,000 Navy Fed personal loan. Okay, $50,000 is the maximum, boss. Okay, you probably don't qualify for $50,000. You probably qualify for 20 grand or 10 grand, whatever. You take what you can. Okay, never say no to money, whether it is a loan or free money. Anyway, never say no to money. Where I come from, that's what our old folks used to say. Whether you're getting a job, you're getting a loan, you're getting a subsidy, never say no to money. Okay, but the thing is that you don't ask for too much cash either. What I'm trying to say is you want to have some kind of proportion in terms of how much cash you can apply for, right? Because you got to think about your DTI. You got to think about your ability to repay the loan. You can't just get your loan and the next thing you know, your ass can't pay back the loan. What's up with that? What's up with that? Okay, so hey, what I'm trying to tell you here is that don't ask for 25 grand if you're making 24 grand. It doesn't make sense. Okay, logic, cause and effect. Everything in the universe is cause and effect. So if you are asking for too much money, chances are you will not be able to pay it back. So you want to make sure that you ask for a loan that is within your budget. Now you might be surprised. You might be thinking, oh, you know what? This makes common sense. This makes sense to you, but not for everybody else. There are folks out there who have no idea what they can qualify for or what they should apply for. They just need the money, but they don't think about the repayment plan. They don't think about the payment, how the payment will fit into their budget, and most importantly, how the payment will affect their DTI, which is quintessential, boss. Which is quintessential to making sure that you have a high FICO score and you also have a high Navy Fed internal score. Okay, so make sure they ask for reasonable cash, because a larger personal loan will squeeze your budget as higher loan payments impact your ability to meet other financial obligations, okay, such as, for example, if you have student loans or mortgage payments. Okay, so this is important. So big decision time. Think about how much you can qualify for. If you're making 24 grand, if you're making 30 grand, if you're making 40 grand, think about how much the actual loan payments will be before setting the amount you want to qualify for. Okay, and there are a lot of loan calculator website out there that will tell you based on your FICO and based on, you can simulate things, okay, based on the APR, how much you'll be paying every month if you get this amount of loan. Let me talk to you about co-borrower. So again, we are speaking about Navy Fed personal loan application hacks that will get you the loan you need in no time. Okay, think about co-borrower. The thing here is that Navy Fed allows you to have a co-borrower but not a co-signer. Okay, the only difference is that a co-borrower is someone who is jointly responsible for repayment of the loan, whereas a co-signer becomes responsible only if the primary borrower fails to repay. So Navy Fed is trying to cover their ass here, right? So they're saying, hey, listen, we don't need a co-signer. We want to have a joint responsibility. We want the person that you are going to borrow with, the person is a co-borrower. In other words, they are paying every month too. Their ass is on the line. Okay, so you can seek a co-borrower. What about your spouse? What about Uncle Joe? What about Auntie May? What about Grandpa Mike? What about Grandma May or Grandma Marie? Look around in your look around in your inner circle, right? Look for folks who have good credit, who have had a life of financial responsibility. Because the thing is, you don't want to have a co-borrowing relationship with somebody who's somebody who's a stingy ass, who has not been able to manage their own personal life, their own financial life properly. You don't want that. You don't want more trouble, right? If you have a low FICO score, your strategy should be to look for someone who actually, I would say, has who understand how money works, who understand how credit works, who is disciplined enough to maintain a life of financial responsibility. Okay, but make sure though that you explain everything to the person, because their ass again is on the line too, because they are a co-borrower. They're not co-signer, they are co-borrower. With Navy Fed, they only accept co-borrowers. Okay, so explain to them that they actually are also if there is a problem on the loan, they are responsible, not secondarily but jointly. In other words, they are primarily responsible. So here are a few pro tips. If you want to choose a co-borrower, look at your spouse, your immediate family member. Okay, explain to the person what their responsibilities are. Okay, and last but not the least, make sure that they understand also a lot about your personal financial history, because they are actually quote unquote sort of vouching for you. So they need to make sure that they understand that you yourself you're not in such a critical state, financially speaking. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. I'm still having a conversation with you about Navy Federal personal loan application hacks for people who earn at least $24,000. This is an important element. And now let's talk about the requirements. Now, for the Navy Fed personal loan, you have a lot of requirements, okay? In terms of FICO score, they will accept you if you have a 580 minimum, if you have 600, okay? And the thing is that you can also pre-qualify for a personal loan depending on the states where you are. And there's no pre-qualification link if you look on the website. But if you are a member, you can go to your dashboard and see what kind of loan you qualify for. Every now and then they will send you a link to pre-qualify for a personal loan, to pre-qualify for a personal credit card. They do this all the time, depending on the dynamics in your financial history. Okay, depending on your FICO score, depending on your income, depending on your DTI. That's why, and I've said this before, and this is important. Jerry, this is for you. I think you asked that question before, but this is a question that goes back to what you asked before about your dashboard. So if you are a current Navy Fed member, anytime you have an increase in your income or a reduction in your liabilities or expenses, you want to update your data in Navy Fed so that they can see that there has been some change. They're not going to do it for you. They don't know what's going on in your life. It's up to you to actually update them, to keep tabs on changes in your career, in your life, and do the appropriate updating. Okay, it's important, and because this will help you, and you want to. So Navy Fed will ask for income, and here the income is basically $24,000. In some cases, they will ask for $18,000. But if you're making $18,000, you're not going to qualify for a larger loan, not at all. Okay. And also, one thing I want to say is that make sure when we speak about requirements, make sure that you have a DTI that is around 30 to 35%. This is important. And your Navy Fed NPR is also very important. We're speaking about the kind of relationship you have, the kind of banking relationship you have with Navy Fed, right? We're talking about checking accounts. We are speaking about savings accounts. We are speaking about your IRAs. We're speaking about your MMAs, your money market accounts. We are speaking about your CDs. That is important, boss. Okay? That's important. So here is the approach in terms of requirements, meaning the requirements. Make sure you make at least $24,000 a year. Make sure that you have a FICO score of at least 600. Make sure that you explore the option of co-borrowing if you have someone who has a stronger FICO score and wants to vouch for you. So explore co-borrowing. Make sure that you see if you pre-qualify for the loan. In other words, see if you get the link from them. If you get a link, go ahead and just take the link. Okay, so now I want to give you a backup plan. So, those are hacks that you need to apply if you want to get the Navy Fed personal loan. Having said that, things don't always pan out the way you think about it, right? What if you get denied? What if they said, right now you don't qualify for this loan? Well, don't panic. Don't make a federal case out of it. This is the end of the world, whatever. And it's not. Your ass got just denied for one loan. Okay, what's up with that? Take it easy now. Go chill. Okay, drink something. Chill. Go for a walk. Get some fresh air and come back. The thing here is that there are other options, okay? And so you have, for instance, USAA is a great option. They are a credit union that caters to veterans and family members. They have a stronger military affiliation, okay? So if you don't really get the loan with NFCU, you can apply for USAA. The cool thing is that their loan amounts are more generous. You're looking at $2,500 to $100,000, whereas with NFCU you have $250,000 to $50,000. Okay, so if you focus on longer loan terms, this could be a good one for you. Okay, or you can also try PenFed. PenFed is another credit union, but the good things about PenFed is that they actually cater to everyone. You don't have to be affiliated with the military, either through biology, profession, or geography, to qualify for membership. Okay, and PenFed is also great. You can use the cash for a lot of things. They actually, the only thing is that for PenFed, the tenor of the loan, the maturity of the loan is it actually oscillates between 12 and 60 months. So you're looking at 1 year to 5 years. Whereas with an FCU, you can go all the way to 180 months or 15 years. Think about that. That's crazy. But in terms of amounts, they offer the same amounts. Okay. And what about SoFi? Now, SoFi is not a credit union. They are a fintech. Okay. They are an online lender. And they actually serve the general public. You don't have to be in the military or whatever. No, you can apply. There's no problem. And their personal loans range from $5,000 to $100,000. Okay, and you can use the cash for a lot of things. You can use the cash for everything, for home improvement, for vacation, whatever. They have that. Okay. On top of that, they offer unique perks that are hard to find elsewhere. For example, SoFi provides an unemployment protection program where if you are approved, it will place your loan in forbearance and help you find a new job. Think about that. This is crazily good. Fantastic. All right, this is the end of today's conversation. I was talking to you about the $50,000 Navy Fed personal loan application hacks for people who earn at least $24,000 a year on a gross basis. Okay, so I gave you an overview of the loan itself, but then the hacks, here are the hacks. You got to take care of your credit scores, your Navy Fed internal score, but also your FICO score. You got to look at the relationship between your debt and income. You got to plan. You got to look for a co-borrower if possible. You got to understand the requirements. And last but not the least, you need to have a backup plan. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.